Welcome back to the Civic Centre in Wolverhampton, this opening Saturday night of the third Grand Slam of darts. If you're just joining us, let's point you towards how the evening shapes up. Our first session of play tonight's matches focuses on groups A to D. Later on we'll see the big names like Phil Taylor and Barney, both in action against female opposition tonight in Anastasia and Frances Huntelaar. But we will start with the 5th seed Mervyn King up against Kirk Shepherd. After a successful junior career, Kirk joined the PDC circuit in 2006 and was the youngest ever World Championship finalist in 2008. He is a black belt in karate, hence the nickname, and Kirk has been talking to Ned.
One thing's changed since last year, Kirk. You're a dad. How's that going to affect your game?
Well, I haven't been able to put as much practice in as I'd like to, but the last few months I've been playing pretty well, so I'll try and fit in what time I can. So hopefully I can carry it on today.
Big stage, you're going to need some big performances if you're going to advance yourself in this tournament, and no harder start really than Mervyn King straight off.
Well, yeah, Mervy's one of the top players, shot up the PDC rankings, and like you say, it's not going to get any easier. But yeah, I'll just try my best. I'm going to enjoy it and see what happens.
You wear your heart on your sleeve as a player, you're quite animated, but Merv's the opposite of that, isn't he? As the earplugs in, he's hard to fathom, he's very, very intense, isn't he?
Yeah, Merv just gets on with it. I suppose I'm a bit more bubbly than he is, but yeah, it's what you do on the dartboard. What works for him and what works for me is a different thing.
A little Callum, is he watching at home?
He will be, yeah. Bless him, but yeah, I'll try and do it for him.
And facing the new dad is the 5th seed Mervyn King, who joined the PDC in 2007 after a highly successful BDO career. He enjoys the Grand Slam as Merv was a semi-finalist last time out, and the King has been having a chat with Janie.
Well, Merv, it's good to see you again. It's been a year and we're back at the Grand Slam. How's your year been leading up to this event?
Not bad, yeah. Been some good games, some not so good, but overall I'm fairly happy.
Your form at the moment, you think you've got what it takes to go all the way with the Grand Slam?
Don't know, we'll see. If they click and I turn up at my A game, then yeah, we'll see.
So looking forward to your game with Kirk, what do you foresee happening?
I don't know, to be quite honest with you. I haven't seen Kirk play for a long while, not on stage. I think we're around about even, so ask me when we played.
But of course he is a new dad, so I expect that he hasn't been getting an awful lot of practice in or an awful lot of sleep, so you might have that to your advantage.
Possibly, but then again he might have put it all on to his other half, mightn't he, and gone and slept in a different room. You don't know.
Here's hoping. Good luck.
Thank you.
Doesn't give much away, does he, Merv, to be fair? Is that what he's like to play against?
He's always like, keeps himself to himself, gets in the practice room really early, just keeps himself in the corner practicing. One of the big practices of the game, like Phil, and he's earned the rewards. He's one of the potential winners.
Certainly in the 2 years we've been here, he's been consistent. He doesn't generally turn up with his C game.
No, he's a solid player. I think he's played a little bit better this year. Even though the results have been indifferent, he's just looked more of a rounded player this year. I think he's now settled in. You know, he's still relatively...
He gets hot, doesn't he? It's just as well it's not Doha for the darts tonight rather than the football, because he always looks like he takes the heat on board, Merv, to me.
Well, he does. He really struggled, didn't he, down in Perth late in January, and that was one of the games he really struggled. I saw him after the game and he looked like his head was going to drop off. He was so hot, his face was so red. But it's one of the things you've got to put me on stage. It's 100 degrees sometimes on stage because of the lights.
And he wears the earplugs, for those that don't know, doesn't he? Is he the only one that wears earplugs?
No, I've seen Barney wear them. Yeah, I've seen Barney wear them. Apart from that, no one else. Some people react different to the heat. Phil manages to cope really well, and he's carrying a little bit of timber, as is Merv. Same with Raymond.
I'm glad you said that. However, it's true. As you'll find out over the course of the evening, these boys aren't getting smaller. Well, obviously, apart from you, was.
Thank you very much.
Kirk Shepherd is slightly, perhaps, broader than last year, and a new dad, and he was disappointing last year by his high standards.
Well, he's basically been disappointing since he got to the World Final. I mean, he's done nothing really without being disrespectful. Last year played poorly. There's a good chance for him now to show everybody what he really can do. Played a lot better in the Championship League darts, got to the final, one of the group stages, and showed that, you know, he can play darts, but he's just got to make sure he keeps the concentration all week.
And although this is round robin and it's short course, if you get beat on the first night in one of the early games, it's very hard to recover. Very few players we've seen here have recovered.
You want to get 2 points in the bag. You know, you've got to get off to a winning start. It's very, very hard, because potentially then you're going to be playing someone else who's lost a game, so they're going to be even more up for it. It is a nightmare. I mean, when I played in it, I played Barneveld first game, and then waiting for me was Adrian Lewis, and waiting for me after that was Dennis Priestley. So it wasn't, you know, it is tough. That's what the groups are like. I mean, it is a tough group of field of players.
And you've, in terms of tonight's order of play, you've picked out, not surprisingly, 2 form horses in the 2 Collins up later.
Well, you look at the world rankings, number 10 and number 11. I mean, there's nothing between them. There's nothing between them on the Pro Tour this year. They've both had good wins, semi-finals, finals. Colin Osborne, maybe, apart from the Championship League darts when he beat Phil Taylor, maybe needs to do a little bit more on the TV events. This could be his week.
Yeah, that's quite a big apart from, though, didn't it? It's the only fella that's beaten Taylor in about a year. So he certainly knows where the dartboard is. That coming up later, but our first match is not far away at all now. It is Kirk Shepherd looking to do an awful lot better here than he did last year, up against the 5th seed, though, the man that generally looks the part here at Wolverhampton. The King will be on the oche shortly.
It's the King, Mervyn King!
Welcome back to Wolverhampton, night 1 of the 2009 Grand Slam of Darts. Our first game is upon us. To bring the players onto the stage, as always, the silver-tongued MC, John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live at the Wolverhampton Civic Hall. It's the PartyPoker.com Grand Slam of Darts, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, and a very warm welcome to our viewers joining us live on ITV Sport. Well, here we go. It's first round action, the best of 9. Let's meet the players. Would you please welcome the youngest ever world finalist? It's the Karate Kid, Kirk Shepherd! And now, ladies and gentlemen, by royal appointment, it's time to meet the King, Mervyn King!
Behold the King, the King of Kings. All hail! Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King in red as he walked from the place where the traitor lost both his name and his face. Through the halls and the corridors, stinking in blood, he tasted his grin, and it tasted good.
Few boos for Mervyn King, would you believe it? Kirk Shepherd, his opponent, in our first live darts action of this year's Grand Slam. In the commentary box for this first encounter, Chris Mason, and alongside him, the tungsten-tongued John Rawling.
Thank you very much, Matt. Good evening to you all. And this is the first step on the way to a potential fortune, £100,000 to the winner of this event. Twice it's been played so far before, and twice that man Phil Taylor. But that run has to end sometime, and here's Mervyn King, seeded number 5, the 43-year-old from Bradwell in Norfolk. He'll have ideas of his own. He's had a couple of 9 darters this year, so at his best, a very, very impressive player. And up against the youngest ever World Championship finalist, there he is.